Welcome back, courtiers, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian declines a game of chess. Rhal focuses on right now. Squash separates from the group, as Zaltanna is pissed off for survival. Returned once again to a Falsam that is rebuilding itself, they meet with the Empress of the Dawn. Apella asks Zaltanna to help keep her people calm, whilst Damas travels north to take care of a rune, and Ema and Rhal argue about their future. How will Apella hold Dachin? Can Damas survive the rune's destructions? And what will it take to save Caden? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
Squash?
Yes.
Laffian?
Hello?
Which of you wants to go first?
I don't have anything to do. I'm just standing there going, where the fuck did everybody go?
Things will happen at you, so don't worry about it.
Oh, good. I that's my favorite is when things happen at me.
Yeah. Your events will happen around you. So yeah, it's entirely up to you two who wants to go first in this ridiculous rampage of what's coming.
Squash do the thing.
All right.
So where did Squash go? What's he doing?
Squash is heading back to the shed where all of Demi's shit was kept, where all the books and all the information is.
Oh yes, all the things that are protected by her wonderful wards that you just stepped over. Yep. Dick.
Okay. Squash. Okay, fine. I guess Squash is looking for somebody to help him with that. Somebody who has this spell.
Witches Society.
Yeah.
You could grab anyone in the army who looks like maybe they have some sort of magical ability, but the chances of getting them to help you, you definitely have to roll something for it. You could, of course, just break in there, and you did get around most of them last time. It's just...
Yeah, but this time I'm like, I need a couple of Squash is going to go into a little bit of more detail now that he has the sap from the dragon tree, and he has two weird liquids from that weird dream realm connected to the death god. Like
Two?
Yeah, I grabbed both the wine and the mead.
Oh, fuck, yes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, great. You have wine and mead from the ghost realm.
Also lipstick, but I don't think that's going to be quest-related.
I'm going to make this quest-related now, thank you. All right, so, yeah, I guess I'm not 100% what you're looking for, so sure.
I just need somebody to help me make this place more workable for me.
You want to take her entire shack over?
Yes. Well, then I'd probably want to leave some of the... I think Squash is actually just going to go there and not, disable all of her stuff, because Squash doesn't know how to re-enable it. So I would feel real bad if I left with, 3 books and then I come back in 2 weeks and the shack's empty.
Okay, right.
So I think Squash is going to go just, see what he can do, see what he can get at. And make little mental notes about how much help he needs.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a question here. Why are you going to Demi's place to, I presume, steal a bunch of shit?
Yeah, I just said why. Because Squash needs books and information, specifically stuff that Demi would have been researching, because Squash needs to know how to undo the bullshit that Demi's gotten herself into.
Okay, if Squash is going to Demi's place to steal a bunch of her stuff to try and help her out of things, great. Okay, yes. the most helpful person that you would probably find would be someone at the Witches Society. Yeah, like I'm not going to make you roleplay like grabbing random magical-looking soldiers. They wouldn't be able to help you out so much in this. They are under like very strict orders, but the Witches Society would probably hold someone that you could find useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stroll into the Witches Society. You can see that there's a flurry of activity going on around here.
Oh, flurry. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's just people doing stuff. They're in a bit of upheaval. No one seems to really know what's going on. The people that you have seen before that kind of definitely hold some sort of authority here, they seem to be just as clueless and lost and looking for help as anybody else here. You see Dana and you see Trempel both in the kind of little office behind the reception desk. They seem to be like talking and being very animated about it. The door is mostly closed. You can just see them through the gap in your 26 perception, motherfucker. What do you want to do?
I want to listen in. Like, the Witches Society was not even this badly disorganized after the first shade attack. This is worse.
They're kind of like they're talking back and forth. The gist of the conversation being that without a leader and going through normal traditional means would be another month without a leader. They have to pick someone and they have to do it now, or they can just take Damaz's offer and be absorbed by the lodge.
Ooh. Well, I don't want anything to do with this. Squash is gonna like.
Ooh, yeah, no.
We almost spit coffee all over her screen.
It hadn't gone in my mouth yet, and the idea of Squash like, oh, I'm not in this. I'm out. He's in the lodge. Karim.
Squash is gonna basically just look for somebody who, like somebody who doesn't look like he's like new, like somebody who knows, like, but like. Isn't as excited, as like strained. Somebody who looks more, like just like basically. I have a bit of gold left over. The Swiftnaplin didn't rob me completely blind.
That's true.
So I'm imagining Squash is basically looking for somebody who looks worried, and it's like, hey, I can offer you money for some services. Like, yes, this will solve a bunch of problems I have right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Squash is looking for somebody needy.
What are you buying?
Yeah. You
what are you
see.
selling?
Dispel, please. 20 of them.
Well, Arch, you started this. No, I'm joking. Yeah, you see a halfling man. He looks a little older. Has like greyish stubble. Wearing kind of very light robes, as in they're very thin. Even though winter is here and he should definitely be wrapping up warm. This guy just looks a little confused and is like sitting to the side watching all the chaos as it goes by, occasionally answering questions. But yeah, they look like the kind of grizzled magic sort. They have a couple of runes like on the side of their neck and one on the back of their hand.
Squash is gonna just walk up to him, like kind of casually, look him up and down and just go like, you look like a wizard.
Very astute of your son.
Thank you. I need a little help. There's a bunch of magical runes in a house that I need to get into, and I need somebody who can, like, undo the runes.
Do you own this house?
Well, the owner has kind of passed away at this point.
I'm gonna need a deception check. Demi is not dead. At least not as far as you know.
Passed on, fine.
Passed on to Orcath.
Possessed by a deity.
Well, that's a 14.
14. All right, I'll be fair. I'll roll a opposed roll. Fuck it. Passed on as in dead, or passed on as in, no longer in Falsam? Gives you a look.
No longer in Falsam. I'm sorry if I was being misleading. No, they left Falsam. They're like up in the Argath Isle somewhere, and I don't think they're ever going to return. And I just need to like get their stuff out of that house. Like I just need to go through some of it.
Why?
Because I believe they've gotten themselves into a really, really big mess. Even though they didn't really maybe they needed to, maybe they had to, but I don't think they had a choice. And I think they've gotten themselves into a mess, and I think they need help.
I'll tell you what, kid, before you continue with your life sob story, how about you just tell me how much you're going to pay?
20 gold pieces.
Done. Let's go, kid. And he kind of like gets up, leans on one of his like walking stick staffs, and he follows you to wherever it is that you are leading.
I imagine he starts walking out of the Witches Society first. The Squash just quietly goes like, "Then why did you ask?" Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah, I'm leading him back to Demi's little cottage thing.
Okay. Yep. Kind of rundown house. Yes.
Sorry, I have to ask this because I don't I seem to be misremembering this. Maybe this is not Demi's home, right?
No.
This is a storage unit that she had been using to get leave shit in, right?
So this kind of like rundown building was never hers in the first place.
Okay.
When Falsam was kind of falling apart, she just kind of moved some of her stuff in there when she wasn't allowed in the Witches' Society anymore. It's incidentally where these three met up with her, and they were before they came to get Squash. There are some personal effects here, but this is clearly not a place where she quote unquote lives.
Okay. I was not misremembering.
I mean, there are like personal effects there, like clothes, and there's like a sleeping mat on the floor, like sort of thing, and a desk, and runes which you just walked over last time, Dick. So yeah, there are kind of personal things here, but it's not like her home.
No, okay. I didn't want to take him into a nice house and just okay, there are a bunch of spells here for some reason. It's no. This is a storage unit. Clearly, the spells are there to defend her shit.
Yep.
But I'm assuming, I am telling the guy at least that she's never coming back for any of this.
Okay. I need you to roll 3 d20s, please.
Oh boy, that's a lot of dice.
There are 3 major wards that he can spot and see.
Yep.
So I'm going to have you roll those, and then if he disables them, he disables them.
All right. 3d20. That is a 13, a 20, and a 15.
Yeah, he disables every single one of these wards. The nat 20 just that ward is just gone. The 13 plus his bonuses, that being the lowest, he's very able to disable all of them.
All right. Once he's done, Squash does a real quick one over the area if there was anything he remembered from last time that he missed.
So on the table, I'm gonna say the old guy just gives you a look. He sees the handwriting. His eyes glance over some of the words, glances over the bed mat, some of the clothes. He looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and he says, "Don't let her catch you stealing this shit."
She's not coming back.
Right, you are. With that, he turns and he leaves. Cool beans. I'm going to give this guy a name. He's going to have a history.
I was going to say, I don't even know your name. Why are you giving me sass? I just paid you. You should be happy.
All right, old halfling. Okay,
You've done it
now.
now.
You made this a thing for me now.
Made an enemy.
Shit coffee. A bit of a frenemy. Okay, yes, so what you see around you, the things that you kind of left behind is there's Demi's bed mat or there's a couple of pieces of clothing lying around. On the desk, where there was a pretty major ward on the grounds, which he has now dispelled, there are sheets of paper. One of them is kind of scrolled up, but it's been held open by ink pots and something else, and that's clearly a letter written to someone. There are kind of books here and there. You get the sense, even though he's dispelled a lot of these wards, a lot of these runes, that there is still magic around. There's still a lot here. You see inks. Some of the inks are clearly magical, some of them aren't. You see little bits and pieces here and there. You also see a stone wrapped up in all of Demi's stuff, which is incidentally the alchemist stone, just so that we don't forget to pick it up. You kind of see all this stuff here.
All right. Just to speed up a little bit this scene, because I don't think the scene is relevant to anybody's real interest. Squash is looking for anything, any pieces of paper, any notes, any books on avatars.
Okay.
Soulfire.
Right.
Sentinel plane.
Right.
Why are you both getting so aggressive right now?
Right.
Because I feel like we took the characters Squash was interested in, and she literally threw him into an impossible, into oblivion. And I'm just how do I undo this madness that she's done?
She was always meant to do this. You had no part in this. I wasn't going to change your story because some dude turned up. That's not happening.
Right.
Okay, the thing that you note mostly on the table is that, yes, there are kind of a lot of drawings, a lot of circles with like different lines through them, a circle with a cross through them, which you kind of recognize and have seen quite a lot. It's in fact one of the runes, the big kind of rune things that was in Empty Shallows. You see that a lot, but it's not drawn over with like the gems or anything complicated. It's like just that symbol. We see circles with like lines and many straight lines. Some of them just circles within circles. There's a lot of magic going on that page. You see that there's lots of random notes about question mark, avatar, question mark, this, that, and the other. You see lots of drawings of flames, a lot of it. You also see a lot of magical runes on those pages. You also see a note. Hey, Dana, just take out my stupidity and rambling, which will probably make this less than half than what it is here right now, but you know what I mean. Add any notes from the point of view of a proficient wizard. We'll teach the new generation a new way. It's gonna be great. Good luck. Can't wait to read your input. Demi out. Also, the focusing ink you lent me is perfect for the glyph of warding and weirdly also for the spell runes. I'll keep it with the book in the bag below the desk, so if you need it, get it. Be careful. That's the note that you find.
I love that I managed to read it in Demi.
This is what you find.
Be careful.
It's like be.careful. Like.
Oh, it's like both, what's the word I'm looking for?
They're
Both
separate sentences, yeah.
Be
yes.
careful. Okay. Yep. What did you say? In the desk?
The focusing ink you lent me is perfect for the glyph of warding and weirdly also for the spell runes. I'll keep it with the book in the bag below the desk, so get it if you need it. Be careful.
All right. If Squash is moving real fucking slow. He's moving around this fucking desk. He's going to try to get underneath it. And he is like making sure like, okay, can I see anything? It's probably magic. It's probably going to just fuck me. But I'm trying to be careful. I'm trying to be absolutely careful.
Okay, looking around this desk and grabbing like the odd books here and there that you've seen, one written on planes, that kind of thing. As you look under the desk, however, you see that there is what looks like a very plain brown bag. And it's kind of just supported in like this bracket underneath the desk. As you put your hand like towards it, as you look closer at it, you can definitely sense magic here.
Please don't hurt me. Squash is just like inching his fingers closer, just like, please.
You touch the bag. It doesn't explode on impact.
Delayed fireball, got it.
So you touch the bag. There's nothing terrible that happens when you just touch the bag.
You said it was being supported by brackets.
Yeah,
what do
just
you mean
like
by that?
like a kind of like two brackets in which the bag is sitting on those brackets, just so it's underneath the desk. It's not attached with like glue or a nail or anything like.
There are two brackets attached to the desk, and it's sitting on those.
Yes.
Okay. Then Squash is just gonna gently slide the bag off the brackets.
As you gently slide it off the brackets, you see your foolish mistake. There is a rune underneath it.
Fuck.
And when you take the bag off, there's no other way. You see a very small bead of fire, which is expanding.
You go to Cicero.
Oh, no.
Rip.
You have the bag. Just this little bead of fire is expanding.
Oh no! Quick, run and
I'm gonna
run around
wait.
with the
Okay,
fireball.
so what are we talking about? Like expanding? Like
Oh,
are we
no.
talking
Well,
about
it
like?
starts off the size of like an acorn, and then
Yes.
it kind of grows to the size of like an apricot stone.
How long does that take? This is important.
It takes about 6 seconds to go from one size to a slightly bigger size, another 6 seconds to
You're
another slightly
absolute-
bigger size.
Okay, well, Squash is gonna start like funneling every single paper that was on the desk and around the desk into the bag. And gonna keep doing that. He's gonna grab everything he can see. I shouldn't have touched that early. Like everything that he saw earlier that like
Into his bag or into the bag that you've just recovered?
Clearly his bag. I assume this is just like a little like brown bag thingy.
It is a little brown bag thingy, as far as you know right now. You definitely would better fit a book in there. But yes, you grab as much as you can. You grab books, you grab letters, you grab anything else.
Everything he can, like literally everything. If he's
if it's not, are we talking RPG rules where if it's not nailed down, you're taking it?
Yes.
Okay, you literally grab everything.
Runs around hitting
bedroll, clothes, stones,
everything,
hairbrushes, all the good shit. Okay, you grab all the stuff. How long do you want to spend doing that?
Like Squash is like using every single second he can. Like if the this thing just keep growing, I'm assuming eventually it just destroys the fucking table it was underneath.
Well, you're hearing the definite roar of magical fire. It's getting worse.
Wait, can I counterspell this?
Actually,
Can you make
a
a history check for having heard about this before?
Yep, that is also an option.
Oh, it's Soulfire.
Yes.
It's not green, it's just normal fire. Let me check the wording
Delayed
on
blast
counterspell.
fireball.
This is not Fireball. It's
It is, in
slow-
fact, delayed blast fireball. He's
What?
correct.
This is what Rhal picked
I know
up,
how
and
magic
Nick went
works.
making fun of him for it.
No, you have to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. This spell has already been cast. You just activated
You would
it.
need dispel magic
So
at a
no.
very high level.
Yes, you would.
Like Squash is gonna eat a Fireball. He's happy with that.
He does have
I've got-
evasion. You probably could
I have
eat
evasion. I'm always gonna
That's-
take health damage.
That's true. Okay, all right. If you're willing to take the whole
Yeah.
blast of
Yeah,
this
yeah.
delayed blast fireball.
Yeah. No, that's like Squash is gonna put up with that because I need as much shit from Demi's house as Squash can get his hands on because I have a feeling you hid somewhere in that fucking shack the fucking key.
That's a risk you're willing to take. I'm okay with that. Okay, let me just... I'm not going to roll the damage first. I need to double check her spell casting.
Good luck.
DC.
This is so
Yeah, you're going to need this luck, my friends. This is going to be rough. Arch, I think you already know how much damage this is going to be.
Well, normally a lot. For a rogue, not as much.
It's a lot. It's a lot. You're either getting out of this scot-free or you're going to be fucked. No, I don't want this.
Wow, what do you know? It does send you to Cicero.
No, but by the time it's done, you might wish you were.
No, I'm sending him to Bellum. That's clearly like the intent this time.
Fire sends
he's
you
gotta
to
meet all of
Bellum.
them. Yeah, fire sends you to Bellum because Demi.
Oh, hey, Spectre.
Come on.
Oh, hey, Squash. Wait,
I can
Squash?
just imagine Squash in Bellum just wildly flailing with daggers and the crossbow and just trying to fight off all of these demons that are like, and it's like, ah!
Okay. Roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
All right. Please, not like this.
Please don't make this the way Squash
Yeah,
dies.
there we go. No way. I don't care who Demi thinks she is. 29.
29! How the fuck did you manage that?
19 on the dice.
Oh, fuck. All right.
20, like plus 5 dexterity, plus 5 proficiency.
Yeah, there's no way that you would not do that. All right, okay. Let me double check exactly how much damage this is.
It's literally 0 for me.
Oh, it's literally... I want to know how much she would have done to you, though.
Okay,
There's a part of me that still just needs to know. All right, you would have taken 70 fire damage.
There's a lot of ones in there.
That's a lot of ones in there. Obviously, Demi didn't want to really kill you.
5, 10, 22 d6. 22 d6?
Yep. So delayed blast is like an extra 12 or an extra 10 on top of the base 12 d6. Yeah.
Jesus.
That's why it's combined with a glyph of warding is great because it can't be interrupted. All right. There is a huge explosion that just goes off of fire. However you manage to duck, you get that momentarily, oh shit moment, and you dive under something, on the ground, whatever it is. There is a huge fire explosion and it coats everything in fire. Your body gets extremely hot. Papers, desks, whatever cloth was exposed has now been set on fire. You are in a burning, you're in a burning building.
Yeah, Squash is now just gonna run around and try to put out whatever fires he can, try to save whatever is left. Like, I'm assuming most of the stuff is just
This
gone.
is all on fire.
Yeah.
Like, the walls are beginning to go up. Like, everything is on fire.
Fine, Squash is just running out with his, like, overstuffed backpack of garbage.
Okay. Fine. Everything is on fire. There is a huge explosion. You see the halfling man that you kind of have spoken to look back in your direction. And in the distance, you see him shake his head very sadly and walk very slowly back towards the Witches' Society.
Shake your head at me. You're the one who failed to notice the last cliff you...
Okay, Squash, where are you going now?
Squash stands up, dusts himself off, and... I think he's just gonna meet up with the guys in the barracks. So
Okay,
he's
great.
gonna pretend like he never did this.
It's really obvious you've been involved in some sort of inferno.
I know.
I've just, yeah.
I
All right.
know.
Okay, in that case, scrolling to the next bit. Laffian,
Hello.
hi. You are heading straight to the temple, right?
Since
Lisbeth, I
everybody
assume.
abandoned me, I guess so. I mean, I was going to wait until Zaltanna was done and then assume that we were all going to go, but...
I'll go with you. If you were waiting until I'm done.
I didn't think you were to take that long dealing with Opella.
No, yeah, 3 of your companions have gone by the time that the Zaltanna returns to Laffian and Lisbeth.
Laffian steps out of the tent, looks around, and is like, where did everyone go?
I think maybe they think they had better things to do.
We need to put Monarch back together.
Yeah, that would be good.
You must be excited.
Very, yeah. I'm glad the rune thing sorted out. I sent them a message on how to do some things.
Good.
Yeah, good. Hopefully it will be good.
Liz, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And I want your honest opinion here. He can't hear us anyways. He's kind of, conked out.
I know.
Do you trust him?
She looks down and she's definitely weighing her words. And she says,
I always knew what Marnek was. And I know who he is now. I trust who he is now. But you can never really know what someone is actually thinking, even if we have access to all the things that we do and share souls. I trust who he is now. Hopefully he is the same man when he is himself again. And if not, I'll help to deal with it, I guess.
I would appreciate it. Especially considering I'm not entirely sure that I'll be making it out of this.
at this point, Zaltanna is turning up, so you can be hearing what they're saying now.
It was... I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same for you as how it was for me, because Dajin ripped him out of me. It might not be the same, but I went through some very bad things. I almost didn't make it. Just sheer willpower, I guess. No amount of preparation or knowledge could ever have made me ready for that.
Well, should something happen, I trust that you'll step in my stead.
She sees Zaltanna like...
If anything happens, I don't think me or your friends will let you stay down for long.
You can bet on that.
Oh.
I don't think Marnak would either.
Hey, Balance.
Just don't give up anything stupid, if that's the case.
I don't know if that's a possibility. I can't really make that promise, and I know Rhal definitely won't make that promise.
No, I don't want Rhal in the fucking room. He's going to try to give up his acid or something again, and then it's going to be like quadruple fucking vulnerability. He just melts in an instant.
Oh, you can just keep giving that up, huh? Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Fucking mind blast you as soon as I come back then.
Well, if you cast a spell, you can take who you want, and as long as you don't take Rhal. And if I cast it, then I won't be taking Rhal either.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Rhal. I don't want him to give up something else that will kill him either. I feel like especially now that Aima's back, then we'll have to deal with... She'll kill us if he dies. So
Then I wouldn't be able to fault her for it. Right, I guess we should be heading to the temple then. I suppose the others will hopefully join us there.
I hope so. If not, then I guess we'll just feel the benefits alone. Oh no, we have to wait for Rhal. He has the heart, and we need him and Aima to talk to the person about the chalice. Right. Okay, yes.
Right.
As you all make your way back into the temple, you hear the sound of footsteps running before you even see them. And you see running towards you, Laffian, as you make your way back into the temple. You see that Kythea has arrived. And she is making her way rather rapidly towards you. Where she was originally standing and talking, you can see that there is a drow woman with a blindfold and pink and purple hair. But Kythea runs towards you and she just wraps her arms around you and plants a very big kiss on you.
He returns it in kind, but he's very happy, he's smiling.
Aw.
I was so worried last night. I didn't expect them to attack again. I didn't know if you were going to be here, but I thought, no, I think I'd know if you were dead, so... glad you're still okay.
I'm glad you're safe too. I actually was...
Where's Rhal?
He's still alive. He's fine. Well, relative to him. He's somewhere else. We got Aima back. So
you
he's...
did?
Yes, he's very happy, I think.
That's so good. That's great.
A lot of things happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're okay. He gives her a kiss before she even said just another kiss.
Yeah, she stops talking immediately. She looks over at Zaltanna afterwards and says, like, "Hi, I heard your bloodiness now."
Yes.
Yeah, you weren't here, right?
I know. So many things have changed. So I have really good news. So I need to introduce you to someone. That girl standing over there, the one with the blindfold and the pink and the purple hair, she came from Kino.
Sorry, what?
She came from Kino like I did, but she knows the runes to get to Kino. It does not going to take another 30 or 60 days. I can just go there.
That's amazing.
That saves a lot of trouble then, yes.
Yeah. We just got to find out what happened to Rowena and get her that information so that we can just go there and see what's going on without having to trample a load of dwarves there. I mean, someone filled me in about the runes and what's going on there, and if we can get there, we can give them the information about how to disable it without killing ourselves. This means I'm not going to be away for another 2 months. I can be there and back again.
Assuming the world is still around, that makes things a lot better for all of us then.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Also, hey, and like he kind of leans over and like puts a hand up to his mouth conspiratorially. He's like, "That's Lisbeth. That's the psychic. That's the other one.
Oh my God! Really?
She can do things like I can do, and I can do things that she can't do. It's
Hi, Lisbeth. Nice to meet you." And like she goes over and like shakes her hand. That they exchange pleasantries, so I don't have to talk to myself.
I love that power.
No, I
the
wanna
power
hear
of
you talk
B
to
talk to yourself.
No,
Please,
please. Did you know that her sister
V,
had
maybe.
an entity in her, and she had things, and that
Oh, right, yeah. How are you doing with getting all those things? Are they? Have you got them all?
Well, okay, so Rhal has the heart.
Right?
So the only thing left is to get... We're God, it's so hard to do that name. Warunwa to come here with the chalice, and then we can go do all of that, and hopefully I don't die.
Ramra?
Oh, right. Insert episodes, whatever those were.
Yep. Okay, yep, sure. I assume that y'all are sitting on the pews in the entrance hall.
We'll give her the rundown of
it.
We caught Dacian. He's an asshole.
The lass that Kythia indicated as the book just comes and sits nearby, but she doesn't say anything. And Kythia says, right, so you're almost ready then?
We just need to get Warunwa to come here and Rhal to come here with the part, and then do the thing. And then after that's a big question mark.
She looks very uncomfortable, and she says, Laffian, you know that this is going to be really hard on you, right?
The whole journey has been hard on me. What's another...
No, I mean Marnak being ripped out of you. With Damara, it was really bad. She was really weak. She was exhausted before she'd even started, and that didn't help. But it tested everything about her. Her strength, her ability to lift anything or twist, everything was tested. Everything was stripped away from her, and it didn't just end when Lightburner left her. It kept on going. It didn't take long for her to die. And I don't want to go through that again. But that might happen to you.
What choice do I have?
I don't know. I guess all I can do is try and give you something to fortify something. Wherever you're weakest, it's where it's going to really get you. I brought priests and clerics and paladins. I made potions. I brewed everything, and we still couldn't save her. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. So, if you tell me what you need help with most, and I will do what I can.
I mean, it's no secret that my greatest weakness is my strength. I'm not exactly the muscular sort.
Well, and she puts on like this kind of like almost like a fake over-the-top happy smile because she's trying to make things brighter than they are. Well, lucky for you, we Kino folks know some potions to make you strong and healthy. We got that, and it's not just eating a lot of eggs. And she kind of laughs a little. You can come help if you want.
Sure. You did say that you would teach me.
I did, so don't waste away. Don't make all this teaching worth nothing, okay? And she stands up and offers you a hand.
He takes a hand and goes.
All right.
And for fun, when he's helping her, because I have that new focus, that new discipline. I have a new focus from it called Nomadic Mind.
You do.
He's going to activate the focus, which gives him proficiency with chef's tools.
Fantastic. Real good when she's a alchemist.
Or is she doing the potion first or the breakfast first?
She's doing the potion.
Then in that case, it's alchemy tools. Okay.
Yeah, she's teaching you how to make this.
Sorry, I thought it was breakfast first and then
potion. No. She's going to teach you how to make a potion, which will basically, meta-wise, it will give you advantage on your next saving throw, strength-based saving throw.
Oh.
which will be very important.
I'll have advantage on my roll of -1.
Yes, which is going to be really important. So you're gonna have that by the time that you two finish working on this potion. It takes a while. The potion isn't easy to brew, but she's very proficient with her skills. She's also very versed at how quickly you learn this, nomadic focus or not. She's very talented. She gets very focused. Yeah, Zaltanna, the woman with rephrase this. The woman who's been who came from Kino. She comes over and sits next to you, and she offers a hand. She has a blindfold on. She can't see anything, but she knows exactly where you are. She offers you a hand.
I take it.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm the book, and I wanted to say, hey, how you doing?
Wait, the book or no book?
The book.
The. Yeah.
All
it's
the
like
Kino
the
players
book.
cringing at the same time.
Yeah. So, I know basically everything about everyone. Well, technically, right now, I know everything about everyone who's actually died, people who've been in history. I know a lot of those sort of things. And, well, I don't know. It's not exactly I've forgotten my real name, but I kind of don't like it anymore. So I'm the book. Hi. And you are...
If you know everything about everyone, you should know who I am, right?
Yeah, but I know everything about people who's died.
Oh.
I'm not exactly faces to names yet because Titus, who's totally my new god now because, oh my god, he knows everything about everyone. And we spent so many hours gossiping, at least we did, between here and there when he became a god. Oh, it was so cool. Yeah, so I know everything about everyone who ever was. He just hasn't had a chance to show me all their faces yet. So I don't really know who you are.
Yeah. I'm Zaltanna. I know Titus.
Zaltanna. Oh my god, right. You were one of the people who managed to close the portal in Chadvat, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you are so cool. He told me so many amazing stories about you. He always thought you were just incredible and super strong.
And doomed.
Oh, well, take him, tell him thanks and the doom.
Yeah, so I'm totally looking for this guy named Søren. He's human with dark hair and he's 6 foot something. He's supposed to be here, but I don't know if he is. I don't really know faces or anything like that right now.
Right. How did you meet him?
So there are some of us have been talking all around the world, well, at least for the last couple of months anyway, and we all kind of got together and figured out how we could help out stop the apocalypse. And well, a small group of us are getting together so that we can do a big major thing. And he and I have been talking for a while, and yeah, so I'm supposed to be meeting him here. There's another person, part of our group is also here in Falsam, but I haven't met them yet, and I'm not too keen to.
Oh, do you have a name?
Oh, yeah, that guy's named Emil.
Oh.
Casey has a very bad memory. I know that name. Is he the one who died?
No, Emil's the necromancer, the guy that has been doing the resurrection stuff, the alchemist.
Oh, okay.
He's a lich.
He's a lich.
Thank you.
You can't just
I felt
call
like Art
people
skipped the
liches.
most important. If they've been around for thousands of years and we saw the repeat tombstones in this realm of the dead, I think I can call them a lich.
I don't think y'all shared that with Rhal, actually. Did you? I don't think Rhal knows that. In an instance, he doesn't know
Feel
what that
like
means.
it would have come up, Neil. But
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm totally looking for Emil. Well, I'm not actually looking for Emil. He's just part of our group. I'm going to have to meet him at some point, but I kind of don't want to right now.
He's very busy, so yeah, definitely not.
Okay, well, not a problem. That's fine.
I'm
I'm just waiting on Søren.
Do I know the other guy that she's talking about?
Not at all. Actually, you might. Roll a history check for me.
Cool, I can do that.
The name Soren has been mentioned, I can't remember where.
Yeah, it's the name of that guy from Lord of the Rings. That's the big eye, right?
That's Sauron, right?
Oh.
All right, we're done recording for the day. I'm
Copyright.
done. Goodbye. Farewell. I'm leaving.
What did you?
Actually, you can do a history.
check.
Yeah, you can do a history or a religion. Either one will be suitable for
I'll do
you.
religion because I have a higher thing in that. Oh my god.
That's good. That's good.
10. So
No, you literally would have no idea who Soren
Oh,
would
isn't
be.
he the sufferer?
Yes, he is.
I knew it. I remembered.
But yes, you wouldn't, Zaltanna wouldn't know this.
I mean, I don't know him, but I'm happy to help you look for him after I've done. We have to go do a thing at the temple, but after I'm done with that, I'm happy to help you.
That's not a problem. I'm just going to, wait here. I said I'm going to be by, the fountain here. He should be here in, a day or two at the most, but I guess I'll just have to wait around. Not a problem.
Isn't that always how it is? You got to wait around for some man because they're late and they don't show up.
What?
Well, our group isn't, all guys. There's, a couple of girls, and they're, super powerful. Oh, my God. But Soren's had to go through a bit of a journey to get here, and it's, completely surprising he's even making it.
Zaltanna looks like she's gone to a very dark place of remembering things about her relationship with Travis.
Yeah. She kind of, puts a hand out onto your shoulder and is like, don't worry, you've got, a much better future plan than what you had in your past.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Sure do.
So tell me all about the real Zaltanna, because I have totally only ever heard things from Titus about you, and I kind of want to know who you really are.
Well, my name's Zaltanna. I'm a
Great start.
I used to be a gangster, and then I joined a group of people that were trying to change the world for good. And then I committed a bunch of murders, and then I kind of got coerced into being part of this group of people to save the world. And I wasn't super into it at first, but now I'm really into it. And also now I'm a goddess in training. So that's me.
Oh my God, you're totally Titus's little sister then.
Nope.
Yeah, but you're gonna be a goddess, and he is a god right now.
Yes.
And you both have come from the same time, which is totally unusual for models who are becoming gods. This is a thing that isn't really done. There's maybe a handful of people have done this sort of thing. So you're all brethren of a kind.
Well, my wife is also a goddess now, so it's not that unusual now, I guess. Because all the gods are dying, so they're trying to replace people.
At this point, I'm totally happy for Ama, Rhal, and Squash to return. Yeah, so all of y'all managed to meet back up again. Obviously, apart from Laffian, who is off with Kythia learning how to make a potion right now.
That's fun.
Yep.
Well, now Laffian's gone, and now we can't go do the thing. So now I guess I might as well go help her find this guy.
Sure. If everyone else is helping, you can roll an investigation check with advantage.
I'm gonna grab Rhal and Ama when they come over,
Yep.
and I'm just gonna be please help me find some dude for this girl, because I cannot deal with another second of her talking about Titus.
Oh.
We gotta find her another man.
Man finding services applied.
Hi. So, I'm looking for this guy. He's 6 foot something. He's got dark hair. He wears the robes of Ilmater, and he has a red sash on. He's probably gonna look pretty
an elf?
worn out. No, he's human.
That doesn't sound like Titus.
It's not Titus.
I've seen a lot of Titus.
Yeah, we've all seen a lot of Titus.
I think you could have ignored Titus when she said 6 foot, but also when she said clothes.
Not yelling doom. Yeah, so I'm totally looking for this guy. He's supposed to be meeting me here. Do you happen to know him at all?
What's his name?
His name is Soren.
I don't know that. Strong feeling that Squash doesn't know.
Would Rhal even
But
have a
you
chance?
Nah,
Nope,
not
no
at
You
all.
way.
did describe him.
I
And Squash
did.
is quite...
Ill-matery.
No, Squash is quite perceptive.
Okay.
Can I roll a history check with the idea that Squash is thinking wait, did I see a 6 foot human walking around with made her clothes on today?
Okay, yep, that's totally fine. Go for that.
I rolled a 19 again.
I hate everything about you.
I deserve this. The last couple of games we've been playing on Roll20, Roll20 has hated me.
Yeah, you remember this this tall, very worn out looking guy. He had dark hair, walking around in like the robes of Ilmater. He seemed not exactly lost, but he was like, he knows he's supposed to be here, but he was looking like he was looking for someone. Like, you saw this off in your periphery. Like, yeah, you vaguely know this guy's going to be upstairs somewhere.
Squash, when she just describes the guy, goes like, I saw him earlier today, I think. Probably. I saw somebody which fits your description.
Okay, I'll take it, because right now, like, I'm only supposed to be waiting here, but if I can, like, meet him ahead of time, that will make my life so much easier.
Yeah. He was upstairs somewhere. I mean, we can go look, I guess.
That's okay. If you can just, like, give me a rough area, I should be able to make it totally fine.
All right. Upstairs somewhere was the extent of information I got.
That's really good, thanks. Yeah, she'll kind of like make her way upstairs. She stumbles a little bit here and there, but for the most part, she manages to walk around fairly normally despite the blindfold.
Should we not? Like, Squash just kind of like leans close to Zaltanna, who knows more about this person. Like, should we not be helping her?
I think she's probably fine.
She seems to be blind. And she's going out looking for somebody.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think that she's like 100% blind. I think that she must be able, like, because she's talking about people's faces and describing this guy like in detail.
Oh, do you think she's magic?
I think she's magic.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Magic people cheat. Know this, the day I walk around with a blindfold, I'm actually blind.
Oh, boy.
Good to know. Then, I will make sure that and then it would be the blind leading the blind if you tried to help her, so.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. All of y'all are kind of... y'all know where Laffian is, at least. So if you want to go do things, now is the time to do it. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for him to be finished. Of course, you could just go put the heart on the armor stand without him. Like, that's a doable thing.
Let's do that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to get us all to come out and meet him, and then he ran off with his girlfriends.
I want to try.
He kind of did it to himself.
Usually this gives you powers if people are in the room, but I wonder if you can just like throw it at the armor stand and not be in the room, and then it still is on the armor stand and no one gets the powers. I just want to see. Throws it in.
I don't think we should be doing that, love.
No. Rhal and Ama are probably down here because Rhal's been showing Ama around. And he probably intends on introducing Ama to his tabaxi friend. And the other Dragonborn, of course. But also his tabaxi friend.
She meets with your tabaxi friend.
Yeah.
And they converse a little bit. He looks super grumpy, and he looks like annoyed, but he's just making potions. You just know that's his way, and Ama initially thinks that he's being rude, and then realizes like he's just grumpy.
Rhal gives him like the friendly like pat on the arm and before they leave.
She turns like, I don't really know what to make of him.
He's nice. He's helped me.
Okay.
He makes me potions.
Oh, he's much like Laffian's girlfriend.
Yes, kind of.
Very interesting. A lot of people from Kino seem to be very good at the alchemy.
I'm not sure he's from Kino. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very. Is he from the old?
He was in
army?
the Severus place.
Okay. Now I understand. That makes way more sense.
Somewhere in the desert. It was a long time ago. Feels like it did anyways.
You approach your Daemarius friend.
Friend V, really? Friend.
Inverted commas. He looks over and he actually just broadly smiles at yourself and at Ama. You mentioned that you would be probably trying to do this. He walks over and like shakes her hand and introduces himself, and he says, "So you managed to do it then?"
Rhal kind of smiles and nods. He's taken like a step back to let them like meet. He's not like really doing a very good job of introducing each other because he's not super comfortable with like his race and Ama being like who she is. You know, he's gonna take a step back being who he is. So
yeah, they converse a fair amount about Daenerys and the current state of it. She asks after her father, and he says that he is alive. Would be much happier to know that she is alive also. They talk about the state of affairs, how things haven't really changed, that the sick and the dying are still culled at an early age, and she looks very angry about this. It doesn't even quell much when he mentions that Thorin has been trying to help people, but slow changes. And then she says, "So, are you going to go get the chalice? Is it coming here? Is Ruana coming here? What is going on? How does this work? Do we have to go to Daemarius? I'd rather not." And he says, "I will be sending a message. Either a Thorin will be coming here with the chalice, or we'll be going to him. I think you can tell my father that he will be coming here. I'm not going to Daenerys, not unless I have to." He nods, and you see his eyes roll into the back of his head. You see kind of purplish, bluish glow emanate from his eyes, and you recognize sending. And he sends the message, nods, and he says, "It has been sent.
thank you.
A Thorin is on his way. He will be here tomorrow."
Ah, fuck. V. God damn you. 9. It's a 9. I rolled a 9. Shit.
Yeah, I want you to resolve an attack against yourself, please.
Fuck. Why do you do these things?
Why do you do these things?
What have I done?
Why did you make Ama love you so much?
It is 11.
Which is only 5 because you have the belt of resistance. As you kind of like begin to bleed out of your nose a little bit, Ama kind of like goes over and like uses the cloth from around like the neck of your hoodie just to like clear some of it out. And she looks at your neck more intently. Rhal
does
did you get
minor
holes?
illusion to...
All right, well, I'm rolling through that, man.
So last time we made a good goof about it being able to like disguise this. I don't intend for it to actually work like that. In order for Rhal to have the coordination for his minor illusion to like move with his talking, he would have to be a lot more skilled at magic, and this is not a disguise spell. So I feel like if he does that and doesn't talk, he might be able to like maybe, fool someone.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work with talking. And if he does just try to hide it, he probably just puts like a little shadow ball there so that it kind of takes the color out of the red.
She spots this and kind of like hovers her fingers above like where you're in a lot of damage. And she kind of like lifts the hoodie up a little bit just so that it gives you a little bit more protection. She's like, "Sure you don't want to be cured?"
Rhal kind of makes awkward eye contact with the white dragonborn. And he just silently shakes his head.
She puts her hand on the side of your face and like nuzzles the end of your nose. She's like, "Okay. Well, let us go put this on and we will wait for the chalice. That is the last piece, yes? The chalice? We'll
That's it.
put that on tomorrow, I guess. So, Where are you guys headed to? Are you picking up Laffian? Is there anything y'all want to do before we hit that?
What room are we in?
You two. I'm gonna say you two are like at the barracks entrance. So you're between there and the corridor.
I want to walk Ama to the religious room and see if there's anyone in there to see if she could walk in there and figure out what god, if she has a god that maybe is still alive, and kind of do the god thing with her. Because
oh man,
gods are important.
Y'all so much. God, 5e. Of course, I don't have her god written down. Why would I have done that?
Why would you?
Why would I do this? In a thing all about gods, I don't put any gods in. She goes to open the door, but it's kind of that locked thing where she can't get in, which means that her deity would have been one that is now dead.
Agma, yeah.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Neil's satisfied with that because that's what Neil would assume. Yeah. Rhal kind of looks at her sadly.
Neil is satisfied. Potion is brewed. Let's say it takes a few hours. Elizabeth continues to hang around. She's very close to actually having Marnak created now, and she wants to be nearby for when that happens. Between yourself and Kythea, you have made a fairly good potion. As soon as it is brewed and it has cooled down enough, it turns a purplish color with swirls of red in it. As soon as it's cooled, she tells you to drink it. If you're going to do this, you should take this now. I don't know when the other thing's getting here, but...
Will it last that long?
She nods and she says, it'll last. It'll last as long as... until you need it. I'm sorry I can't do more.
It's all right. Thank you. He just puts a hand on hers and then with the other hand takes the potion and then just downs it.
All right. You have advantage on your next saving throw. On your next strength saving throw.
Okay.
I apologize for everything coming your way, my man. Okay. Y'all can meet back up again.
Rhal's going to give everyone hugs. And thanks everyone for helping with Ama. And give Squash that very careful hug where he's
thank you.
Pulling you into the shoulder and you can walk forward and step out of it anytime, but he's just shoulder hugs. He lays down.
Squash tries to be nice back.
He's trying.
So, if I'm understanding it correctly, we are going to add the heart now? And then we have to wait till tomorrow for the Varunra to come along.
Right. At least if we put the heart on now, then at least we know that it's safe and can't be taken off, I assume.
Thorin is going to be bringing the chalice tomorrow.
Your dad?
She nods, in that very kind of very slow, doesn't want to admit it, but yes, kind of a way.
That's gonna be a little bit of an awkward... Okay.
Rhal's just looking at the ground yeah.
Well, it's that time of the relationship.
Meet the parents?
He's already
already met.
Thorin in a really bad way. Do we want to do the do we want to do the heart now and find out how to get Caden back afterwards, or do we want to do it the other way around?
Let's do the heart now so that we know that that's safe, that's taken care of. That's one less worry.
We need another diamond. How are we even?
No, you don't.
What?
You
don't need the other diamond. You didn't use the diamond to resurrect Ama.
I thought we did. I thought I had asked, and I thought we did.
Yeah, because Miracle had been you have the diamond. They mentioned specifically, they're you have the diamond.
Yes, you have all the things you need.
I thought that was suggested that you have it for Ama, so you don't have to
Oh, so it didn't
do
get
this later.
consumed.
You can do it now.
No,
wasn't
we
consumed.
went over this back in that episode. You got Ama back for free sans the cast. No, even not. Yeah,
I thought
you got her back
free
for free.
meant no sacrifice, but the diamond was
Sacrifice.
consumed because we just had it on us.
Yeah, you had
No.
the diamond,
Okay.
so you still have it.
Oh, then we just need to find Emil. Again.
Yes. I wasn't going to tax you twice for bringing Caden back. I wasn't going to do that. So I'm like, no, I can't have you guys go through another fucking heist to get another goddamn gem. Like,
We don't
no.
have time for that.
I let you guys labor under the illusion that this may be a possibility, but I was never intending on doing that. Yeah, so you have the diamond.
Okay.
You just need to find Emil, wherever he may be.
Right, well, let's go do the heart first. We'll take care of that, and then we'll go find Emil, and we'll try to deal with that whole thing.
You walk to the mirror room. The guards part and let you through. As you open the door, you see sitting with his back against the mirror is Bogrim. His eyes are closed. He's not really... He's alive. He's alive. He's not dead. He's just sitting there. He's not saying or doing anything. He looks asleep.
Rhal's going to opt to back away and leave the situation. And kind of leaves Ama to... I don't know if she wants to kill him or what the fuck she wants to do, but...
Ama stands very still for a moment. And then she walks... No, she stands very still for a moment.
Rhal is walking from a distance, and he'll get very nervous if she gets out of his sight. So
She stands very still for a moment, and she puts her hands where her blades are. Shaking her head, she walks forward and shakes him. He hasn't acknowledged her at all. And he doesn't acknowledge her. His eyes are closed. He's not moving. He's not responding. Of course, the only other person here is fucking pass out on me, and we'll go do any talking. Oh, fuck you, Bogrim. She gives him a solid kick in the guts.
Ooh.
And there's no response. She grabs him by the back of his armor, and she drags him out of the room. Shoves him in the death room. Not that she knows that. And she slams the door. Okay, when he wakes up, I'm going to kick the shit out of him.
Did you check to make sure that he was still breathing?
Oh, he is still alive. And if he wasn't alive, I would bring him back and then kick the shit out of him.
Okay. I will mention that you just put him in the room where there's a chair that is an instant death.
That doesn't bother me at all.
Rhal, I really
Rhal.
like your wife.
Rhal kind of returns, smiles a little bit.
I will also make mention...
How do they phrase it here in common? Shit happens.
I will also make mention that it is kind of his fault that Caden died. So if anyone's going to make it sacrifice, maybe it might be him if we guilt him into it, which he seems already kind of... I'm just laying that out there as a mention because I don't feel like seeing any of you
Please, go
sacrifice.
in and wake him. If you can, great. We will use him to our advantage.
Let's do the heart first.
Okay.
Especially because I don't know how he'll react if he finds out that we got the heart.
Yeah, we shall see.
Well, got the heart working, I should say.
Ama goes and retrieves Rhal.
Yeah, Ross made his way back over as soon as Bogrim was in a room we weren't giving a fuck about at the moment.
Yeah, he dies, it's fine. You'll walk into this room. So there is Zaltanna and Squash. There is Ama and Rhal. There is Laffian, Lisbeth, and Kythea.
Mm-hmm.
You technically have room for like one more. Is there anyone else you want to find?
Talus.
Aww.
Okay.
Talus could use some constitution.
I need you to roll investigation check to try and find her.
Sure.
You can have an advantage. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay. 27.
You inquire after where she is, and you don't get like masses of response. But someone does indicate the room where y'all were where you
The training room.
Yes. No, not the training room. The one where y'all were supposed to be fighting the stuff with the sand on the ground. The middle room. The one that unlocked a bunch of other stuff. That isn't the death room and that isn't your meeting room. No, you have a proper training room, but you also have a place where you're supposed to fight, which is where Caden was actually laid to rest. They indicate that she's probably in there.
Oh.
As you go into that room with the statues and the sand on the ground, you can see that Caden has been laid on the ground with like a cloak over him. You can see that Talus and Zach are kind of sitting opposite him, and they're kind of both resting and asleep. Zach leaning on her, and she has her father's sword over her lap. You can also see sitting at the back of the room with his legs crossed and his eyes closed is Emil.
Okay. Laughin's actually going to go over to Emil first, then just...
Yeah. I assume not waking the kids?
No, not yet.
Yeah, see. Yeah. When you kind of like take 2 or 3 steps towards him, his eyes open and he looks up at you.
Laughin will hold up a single finger to his lips just as so they don't wake up. And telepathically he'll say, "We're going to be doing something really quick, and then when we're done, if you'll allow it, we would like to try to get Caden."
He nods and he says, telepathically, he says,
"Not a problem. Do you have everything we need?"
We do. I should warn you, we did speak with Miracle when we went through the mirror. They made mention that this is going to be very difficult for you.
Indeed. This is not a spell I relish using.
And he kind of like gives you like half a smile.
But the end of the world, fuck it.
And he gives you another kind of like half a big smile.
If it helps, we're of a mind to see if Bogrim would be willing to give something up, considering this is kind of on him.
I'm not entirely sure he is going to be useful, but I will endeavor to wake him. That thing owes the world.
You made him tell me, didn't you?
This is telepathic?
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I can't speak
You're right.
telepathically.
You did say that.
We're trying not to wake the kids
let's
up.
Let's say he gets up and he walks out the room as he's been speaking to you. Yeah, as he kind of closes the door quietly behind him. He responds with,
"Not so much. He asked for my help in showing you what he had done. I didn't know about what it was until I extracted the memory from him. If I had known, I would have told you."
I'm confused.
How so?
I thought he wouldn't have told me.
As far as I understand, he had to make sure your heart was well and truly broken.
Oh, of course.
They have been doing this ever since they were charged with protecting the item.
they have been doing this for a very long time. A very long time. A lot of people have suffered the same as you did, my love. I think he killed me because I figured it out.
I told you it was going to be me. There was acid.
I know. But I'm not dead now.
No.
I'm still here.
No.
Okay. Are we supposed to be getting the little one?
I'm having a second thought. Think it might be good if we have Emil do it as a small payment. Thank you for helping us.
He smiles and he says,
I appreciate your thought, but there is something else I would ask of you. Give it to the little ones. They need it more than I do, and I need something else more than the gift from that.
What would you ask?
Something very dangerous.
What isn't in our line of work right now?
Indeed. Take the little ones. I will deal with Caden's body. She does not need to see what I have to do. Then I will do the spell.
Very well. We'll go in and... Do we have the room to be able to bring both Talus and Zach in?
Zach is a kid, like he's a small halfling child. And yeah, Taylor's maybe like a full-grown teenager in body at least. Zach is still a small halfling, so he could take the same space with her, I think.
Okay. Then in that case, we'll just go in, just gently rouse them. Talus, Zach.
Unc. Hi, Uncle Laffian.
Sorry to wake you up from your rest, but we have a gift for the two of you.
Yeah?
A group of us decided that perhaps you would join us and receive the magical blessing when we put an item on the stand.
She gives you like a very sleepy smile, and she's like, "Oh, like the last one."
Right.
Okay. She gets up, and Zach gets up also. She kind of puts the sword like her father's sword, very awkwardly on her waist, and they follow you out. Emil gives you a bit of a nod as you leave and enters the room and closes the door very firmly behind him.
Rhal gives the diamond to Emil so that Emil has the things.
Yeah, perfect.
We do the thing.
You do the thing. The heart flies out of your hand when you get super close, and it spins and locks, fuses into the armor stand itself. All of you see the vision of a white light in the darkness flying towards a big, bright ball now. Balance, you feel Marnak stirring a little. There's something good happening here, something very positive for him. And all of y'all gain +1 Constitution.
Man. Nice. Doesn't do anything for me, unfortunately, but man.
It does.
I can take it back if you want. I mean,
no.
Real quick, I just want to like retroactively say that I warned Emil about that girl.
Okay.
Oh, about the book?
Yeah.
He rolls his eyes and nods. He seems to be well aware that she is coming and that she is... Yes, he's very well aware of her.
I like how you're referring to her like a storm. Oh yeah, the book is coming. We're very well aware of this. We have reinforced all our doors and we tied down all the toys in the yard. Like, it's gonna be fine.
Oh boy. Yeah, he definitely seems very well aware. Okay. Yeah, you'll gain +1 Constitution. Are all of you going to be going to be with Emil while he casts this spell? It takes an hour to cast, and then there's obviously the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Ama decides that Talus doesn't need to be there for that, and takes the two kids off to one side. She's kind of like, they're very sleepy already. So she kind of coerces them into like their bunks. And she says that she'll keep an eye on them. Squash, are you going to be there for this?
I don't think so. Squash doesn't know him. Squash was not part of the heist. Squash knows that somebody in there is a lich.
You could have been, but you decided to take a vacation.
Yeah. You decided that Cicero was your new vacation spot, so you weren't here for any of this stuff.
So I think Squash is going to excuse him from this, himself from this, and I think he's just going to start going through the books and the notes and the stuff that he got from Demi's place.
Okay, we'll pick up with that later then.
Fuck, before I forget, because it's very important, because I did it for a very specific reason. The book of treaties that I got when we went and did the heist.
Yes.
I'm giving it to Kythea, because the whole reason why he took that book specifically in the first place was because she wanted to get it, but couldn't because of the fucking fighting.
Yep.
So at some point, he gives that book to her and is like, present for you. Here you are.
She's ecstatic. She's very happy. This is exactly what she was looking for. She literally couldn't get to the place.
Just don't ask how I got it.
Yeah. How did you get it?
No, I said don't ask how I got it. I'm the prince. I can acquire things very easily.
Illegal? Okay, like my entire being here is illegal. I don't know why I'm asking that. I'm going to read this.
Honey,
and
I didn't
get what
want to say
can out of
anything,
it.
but yes.
I don't want to think, but I'm like a prince and you're illegal here. Yeah, she takes the book and she will like basically add that to the hoard of books that she's kind of accumulated through your travels.
I'm keeping the password book though, because that's fun.
Yeah, that's super useful too. Okay, yeah, she goes off and reads. She kind of hangs out with Ama and they talk a little bit. Lisbeth goes to sit with them because Lisbeth doesn't really know Caden either, not really. And they chat a little bit and they keep an eye on the kids. Rondi is nowhere to be seen. He's off obviously doing his thing. Okay. Without Squash, I'm very sorry. The three of you sit and are with Caden and Emil while he casts this spell. When you walk into the room, there is a pile of ashes in the center. Emil directs you to stand basically in the corners away from his work circle. He draws lines in the sand. He draws a circle. Every line that he draws in the sand is filled with a dark purple light. He says a lot of things very quietly. And for quite a portion of it, you're pretty sure that there's more than one voice coming out of him, as each of the phrases that he utters in various languages overlap one another and hang in the air. You can feel your own hearts beating very heavily in your own chest, and you feel a second heartbeat. Nothing like you felt before, Zaltanna. Whenever you felt another heartbeat before, it's been Adet. Rhal, it's always been Ama. But this is something weird. This is something alien, something that should not be here. The air gets deathly cold. Every breath is mist in the air, but you can't move. Either through choice or a gut reaction that what you're seeing is not good. You see him sprinkle herbs all around, and a strange smell assaults your senses. Your eyes begin to water. This entire ceremony over the ashes. The sand is filled with so much purple light you can barely see Emil standing over the ash. About an hour later, he puts his hands up, interlocks his thumbs, and says,
Caden Idan, we bring you back.
And he puts his arms out. Who wants to take the trip to the other side?
Rhal will go.
No.
He's been planning on it.
Yeah, no. It's gonna. I think me and Balance should go.
What happened with Bogrim? Did anything come of that?
Bogrim's not here, so you're going to need to assume not.
Okay.
I made the promise. It's fine.
You
I've got an
shouldn't
idea.
be giving up anything else.
Neither should you. I've got an idea.
He takes Rhal's hand. And he then looks at Lafyan and Zaltanna.
Rhal kind of smiles at you and nods and assures you that this is completely okay.
I have so many concerns.
Well, I'm certainly not going through with him. One of you should go with him.
Yeah, well, one of us should. I'll go. Balance, unless you want to go.
One of us needs to make sure that he doesn't do the stupid thing.
Rhal shakes his head like, no.
I feel like I cave to Rhal too easily. I think Balance should go.
Fine, I will.
All he has to do is look at me with those puppy dog, dragony eyes, and I'm like, okay, you're right. You beautiful little motherfucker.
Stop arguing, Zaltanna. You're hurting me.
Rhal, don't make me get Ama in here.
All right. So he looks, he's like,
Death doesn't wait for everyone.
Yes, it
You
does.
and me,
That's in
Balance.
fact all he does.
Just
He
me.
had watches
Just
all
me,
Oh
over.
my
actually.
god, Balance.
What? I'm going.
This
We're
is-
going. Okay, taking hand. Great.
okay.
Rhal, you do the
With
stupid
that-
thing. I swear to Miracle.
What you see, Zaltanna, is that you see a very dark shape step into each of their shadows, and their eyes go completely black.
Hey there, guys. Arch here. Just wanted to say thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. Things are definitely getting very interesting now. As we do whenever we get a new patron, we always want to thank them at the end of the episode here. So thank you to James the Giant. Thank you very much for becoming our newest patron. It really does help us out to continue making this kind of content for you guys. There is also one thing I wanted to mention quickly. If you may have missed it in one of our prior episodes where we had announced it, we have a demographic form. If you go to the description of this episode, there's going to be a Google form link that you should be able to click. Basically what it is it's a quick little survey that just asks you some questions about yourself, how you found the show, things of that sort. This sort of information is going to be used purely for us so that we can understand you, the fan base, better, so that we can provide a better experience in terms of the show, who we do advertising with in the future. If we ever somehow manage to get a sponsorship deal, we want to make sure that it's something that you guys might actually be interested in. It just gives us a lot of helpful information. If you guys wouldn't mind taking the time to fill that out, it really takes only like 2 minutes or so. Or it could take a long time if you decide to tell us every single podcast that you listen to, which does help us because then we can look into doing ad swaps with them as well. As a reward, if you do finish that demographic form, at the end of it, there is actually a link that will let you download our intro theme. It has been a very much requested sound piece for people to get their hands on, so if you didn't get it before when we put the link out, if you may have missed it, now's your chance. Go ahead and go download it when you can. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right, so you listened to the first episode of Stella Firma earlier.
Uh-huh.
And you described it to me as Pinky and the Brain in space. Can you fill me a little bit better in on that? That sounds amazing.
Okay, so basically the way I picture it is the two main characters, Trexel Geisman is definitely the brain. David Seven, who is like his clone assistant, definitely comes off as Pinky. And they're basically just making planets. Just making planets? So it's like They get like viewer submissions and they make planets. Like in episode 1, they have to make a planet for tentacle people to lay their eggs on. So naturally, their first decision is to make the planet in the shape of a trowel. Naturally.
Okay, so it's like kind of semi-improvised comedy. It's much funnier.
It's quite literally semi-improvised comedy with a buttload of sci-fi thrown in.
Oh, that actually sounds real fucking good. Yeah, they're like releasing on a weekly schedule. What are it, like 50 episodes out or something?
Around there, yeah.
Jesus.
I know they've had like a few other bonus episodes. I saw like some Q&As and stuff like that.
Ooh, I like those. I always like listening to the people behind the things. Yeah, it sounds kind of like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy kind of style.
Yeah, not far off, honestly.
So if that sounds interesting to you guys, go check out Stella Firma. You can find them on the rustyquilt.com.
Either that or you could just find them on whatever podcast app you use. I personally use Pocket Casts, but that's just me.
Podcast addict over here.
You're an addict.
Yes, I am.